Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Auset-heru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and don't forget to drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Likewise, if you stay to the end of the video, please do, because I have two positive comments I'm going to read to you after we talk about today's discussion. Also, if you would like to get a reading done, please email me. You can also hit me up on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm on Instagram and Facebook the most though. I'm still learning Twitter, put it like that, but I am on it sometimes. Also, if you would like to get some Ask an Aquarius merchandise, I have a link underneath this video, along with a link to my Amazon wish list, my Patreon, and my PayPal in case you would like to give a donation to the channel. Thank you all. All right, guys, let's take a look at today's question. Today's question says, I'm an Aquarius woman with a Capricorn moon. Okay. I hear you talking a lot about emotion. You sound just like my Cancer wife and my kids. Do you think if I work on my emotional intelligence, I will be a better partner? Please excuse the rain in the background. You probably will hear that because it is loud. I'll try to be loud to talk to you guys over top of it. Yes, if you're an Aquarius with a Capricorn moon, then 9 times out of 10, you're not the most emotionally intelligent being, as you stated earlier. And that's okay, because emotional intelligence is something that you can learn. I have a book, and it's called Emotional Intelligence. There's others on the market. You can get books, workshops, you can go to retreats, all kind of things to learn how to be more emotionally intelligent, more emotionally available, more emotionally present. You can see a therapist for that too. You can do self-help books like the one that I mentioned before. It's a lot of stuff you can do to become more emotionally intelligent. And yes, it will make you a better partner, because if you're not emotionally intelligent, there's a lot of stuff that you are missing from your partner. I remember the other day, a good friend of mine called me, and she's married to an Aquarius, and she's a Gemini, and she's married to an Aquarius, and she was crying. And I was like, what happened? And apparently the Aquarius had hurt her feelings. He said something. It wasn't like something that was like, abusive, but it was something that was hurtful. And I don't even think, based on what she said, that he even noticed. And so she went upstairs and cried, and the Aquarius didn't even notice. Now, somebody who was more emotionally in tune would have picked up on the fact that her mood changed and that she was upset. But because his emotional intelligence is awful, this particular person's is awful. I don't know if yours is as bad as his, but his is awful. He didn't even know his wife was upstairs crying in the bathroom. So it will make you a better partner, because you will understand your Aquarius. And even though in this case you're the female and he's the male, he still has feelings. Your children, or not he, it's a wife, she. Okay, so the Cancer wife has deep feelings, and so do the children. So you'll be able to understand your Cancer wife's feelings, and you'll be able to understand the kids' feelings a lot better if you're more emotionally intelligent. The good thing about you is that you care about it, you recognize there's a problem, and you're willing to work on it. That's amazing. That is amazing. You're 50% there, right there. So all you have to do now is figure out what ways are comfortable for you to work on it, and do you need some help? Because you might need a therapist. You might need some type of a grief counselor. And only you know that. Because some people like to do this work by themselves. Some people like to just do some self-help books or something like that. So I think it's wonderful that you're in that space. And I absolutely do think it'd be a wonderful thing for your relationship. People who aren't emotionally intelligent will often lose their partners, or their partners will have affairs. And they won't understand why they lost their partner, or why their partner is seeing somebody else. But the truth is, because even if you're taking care of your partner, or if you're 50-50 and you're taking care of your half, even if you're doing that, if your partner feels emotionally starved, it is very easy for them to end up in the arms of another person. A person they might not even want to be with. But because they're not getting any of that at home, an irresponsible person, or a person who's fed up, or a person who's immature, or a person who just makes bad decisions, is going to go look for that somewhere else. And no, it's not your fault, because that person made their own decision. But by you not being emotionally intelligent and available, you kind of froze them out. So they felt like they had no other choice but to either walk away, or to go someplace else where they could get some of that emotional energy from another person. And it's easy to get emotional energy from a mistress, or from, a man that you're having an affair with. They don't live with you. Your relationship is so, a lot of times it's just the good times. It's the fun times. It's the sex. It's the hanging out. But none of the other stuff that comes with being a couple goes along with that. So it's very easy for this type of person to end up in the arms of another person. Sometimes it wasn't even something they were thinking about, but they got so lonely, they got so desperate, that they made a bad decision. So I'm not saying that your Cancer wife is going to go out and cheat on you, but I am saying that it is painful to her. It's painful not just because she's a Cancer. A Cancer, it just makes it worse, because Cancers a lot of times have very deep feelings. So you not understanding her feelings, or not speaking on her feelings, is going to be very painful to her. But it doesn't matter, because anybody, like even myself, I'm somebody who I'm Aquarius, but I'm still going to be hurt if my partner doesn't understand, or at least makes an attempt to understand my feelings. So this is one of those kind of things that can really make your relationship a lot better. All right, let's take a look at some of our positive comments. Lily left us a positive comment. What's up, Lee? How you doing? Lily said, Queen, I stay away from people that always have some negative-ish going on. I'm out, because I don't like that draining feeling at all. So true, Queen. Look here. If you always got negative things going on, something negative to say, it's draining. It's draining to other people. And they might not tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings, or they don't know how to say it. But listen to Auntie. Listen to Auntie Queen. It's draining. People don't want to hear you with your sob story every time you come around. And if you do have problems, and you have, friends that you go talk to, that's fine. But for me, as a friend, if I see that you're working towards working through your problems, if I see that you are working through your problems, I got your back. But if you're not, and you're whining about the same thing every time I see you, I'm not going to want to be around you. And I'm the kind of person, I just back up slowly. I slowly just fade to black. I usually don't just abruptly disappear unless you do something to me. But if it's just that you're draining me, Because every time I come around you, it's a sob story. Every time I come around, it's another problem. I had a friend that was a Virgo, and we're not friends anymore because of something that she did. But when we were friends, I was so drained every time I talked to her because it was always another issue. And when she did what she did, she stole from me. You guys know about it. I honestly, I was irritated and hurt about the theft, but the only thing I kept thinking is, well, at least I ain't got to keep listening to to that bullshit that she's talking about. That was the best part of it, is at least I don't have to continue to be in this drain every time I see this person. So it is very draining to the people around you. Autumn Rain. Hello, Autumn. Autumn said, my Venus is in Aquarius. I spent half of my life in very abusive relationships, and I was zoned off in my own world to cope with the abuse. Not healthy at all, but it got me through. A lot of people who have been abused, including myself, have that coping mechanism. Because one thing, people can do anything to your body, anything. But if you have a strong mind, it's very little they can do to keep you out of your head. You can't stop me from zoning out. You can't stop me from daydreaming. You can't stop any of those kind of things. Even if the person is smacking me or hitting me or grabbing me, I can zone straight out and they doing whatever they doing and I'm just not there. And again, it is not healthy. But when you're in a situation, especially when you're a child, and there's nothing you can do about your situation, or you don't know what to do about your situation, that is something that a lot of us do. We do come up with that as a coping mechanism. And as we get older, we have to learn, or some of us choose to learn, how not to do that. How not to just zone out. How to deal with the situation and put a stop to it. Alright guys, it's time for me to get going, so I'll see you next time. And don't forget to come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.